So we got a brand new Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes trailer showcasing story, gameplay, and so much new exciting stuff. I did a full reaction video to the trailer as soon as it dropped, but today I want to do a bigger analysis. They released a version of the trailer with English subtitles, so part of this video is going to be me reacting to the dialogue, the actual English dialogue for the first time, whilst also giving you guys more detail on the characters. As for all the gameplay stuff, we're going to go through that image by image to try and analyze, theorize, and all the stuff we normally do on the channel. So without further ado, let's just dive straight in. So first things first, we've got to watch the beginning of the trailer, which obviously has some dialogue. As you can see, some beautiful English subtitles are going to be provided to us, which I am very excited, if it was possible. Okay. Damn, that's kind of cold. From the face of the new student with a dark aura. So obviously we know Unmei's whole shtick is that he cannot play football. He physically cannot do it. It's not in his blood. It's not in his veins. For whatever reason, I think there was an accident. I feel that was mentioned in a dev blog before. Something happened to him. I assume we'll find out when obviously we actually play the game. But yeah, he can't play football. And that does relate to some of the other characters we're going to see later. I love that. I think this is so pretty, by the way. This whole, like, design of the school, Nagumahara, is so pretty. 25 years after the first legend, obviously, the game takes place. Oh, the school troublemaker, Joji Sakurazaki, 2nd grade. The worst troublemaker. A school without, so there's no football team when you start the game. Yeah, the beginning of the game, you are making the football team. That's so cool. My name is Heita Kisoji. Everyone calls me Soji. An outgoing classmate. He does seem very friendly. Yeah, so these cutscenes are animated by Mappa, who are a pretty big animation studio from my understanding. And they are including some kind of, this is like CG, I think. Like, at least using elements of CG in some of their cutscenes. I'm not an animation expert. Please tell me if I'm wrong. But to me, this, if I can get this particular sequence to me looks quite CG. Which, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I think if we can get to it again. The movement looks good, but the characters look weird when they're doing the movement, if that makes sense. And like, especially in that last frame where he's kind of like, it doesn't work for me completely. But I think a lot of the cutscenes here look absolutely gorgeous. Let's keep going. Okay, so this is the leader of the popular baseball club, Saruga Yagyu. So he is obviously going to join Nagumahara down the line, but to begin with, he is the leader of the baseball club. And he's got this little trick to get the girls' attention. Just realized I had my bloody mouse on cursor on screen. As you can see, I'm a professional. The ominous signs of a fierce lightning storm are brewing. Ooh. Ooh. He's so tall. That always catches me off guard at just how tall he is. But I assume he's going to start off being a bully. The schoolyard's not for everyone. The schoolyard's for everyone, not just the baseball team. So obviously, we can assume there's going to be some similar kind of stuff to... bloody hell, the bloody mouse cursors come back on screen. This thing is my enemy. There'll be some similar stuff to the beginning of Inazuma 11 1, where they couldn't use the football pitch, because I think in that, what team is it? Is it the rugby team is trying to use the football pitch? I assume we're going to see something similar here with the baseball team, because obviously they're establishing it. But okay, we've got the strict student council vice president. What was their name? Garu Shizendo. I think this is the goalkeeper, if I'm not wrong. I think it's the goalkeeper. There's still someone in the school who doesn't know how to read the mood. Finally, the legend of a new generation of heroes begins. Don't know if that just made me think of Sonic Heroes. Okay, here we go. This is obviously Raimon. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about Raimon. I'm so excited about this team. First of all, can we just give some appreciation to this kit? We'll see it properly in a sec, but I absolutely adore this. Even the back, I love the lettering. Obviously, this is Haru Endo. We were given him, he was revealed to us a decent while ago. But, I mean, he just is he looks amazing. I think his design's fantastic. We see him here in the actual kit. We now know he is a proper striker. He is the number 10. I think that's Axel's number, all that. Yeah, no, I think he looks fantastic. And his whole personality, which we'll see in a sec, I'm really excited to talk about. But let's focus for a second on the other guy here, the charismatic captain of Invincible Raimon, Ren, and I love the fact they called it Invincible Raimon because they're just like the world's greatest football team. It's fantastic. Ren Sugikagi, who there is also some more art of that I'll put on screen right now, who is vibing. He looks awesome. I've seen some people say that he looks similar to, what's the guy who was in charge of, like the captain of Heizaki's team? Don't remember his name. Asta something? No, that's not it in the slightest. Whatever his name is. The captain of Heizaki's team, he has some similar vibes to that. But I love him, I love his design. What number was he? 9? So he'll either be a forward or a midfielder. That's interesting. I think he'd make a good midfielder. I could see him as a midfielder. That makes sense to me. But no, I really like him. I love the fact he's being described as charismatic there as well. Hey, Ren. Raimon's soccer monster. Boring. There we go. So he says, isn't soccer kind of boring? This is basically meant to represent his entire personality, meant to sum it up for us. He is a privileged boy. He, goes all into this on his development blog. He is a privileged boy. He is the son of Mark Evans, obviously, who is kind of the GOAT. It's like if you were like Messi or Ronaldo's son, you know what I mean? You're going to be talented more than likely. At the very least, you're going to have your bloody, the GOAT is your father training you. So you're going to be talented to the point where he's so bloody good at football that he is it's just boring to him. It's just boring to him. I love this idea for a personality, especially juxtapositioning it to Unmei, who can't even play it in the first place, and so he has to build this team up as the manager. This guy is finding football boring because he's that bloody good at it. It's just a really interesting contrast. I can't wait to see how it plays out in the game. And then we get the awesome T-Pistons music. It is amazing. It slaps. It slaps. At this point in the trailer, it moves into the gameplay. So to start off with, we get a bunch of clips of obviously the player controlling Unmei walking around Nagumahara, the main school in the game. This school is in Nagasaki. It looks beautiful. We see our main man, the troublemaker guy, sitting on the bench. That looks awesome. And I do just want to take a moment to appreciate just how good this game looks. Like, I wasn't expecting this. I don't know what I was expecting, but it is genuinely such a step up from Go. Then we move on to a really cool part of the trailer, seeing the full Invincible Raimon team. Now, we know we're probably going to take these guys on at least twice. Apparently, they're going to be the first match in the game, Hino was saying, and then also the last. So, I mean, that's really exciting to begin with. But I thought we could actually just take a look at the team itself. I'd love to try and put together like a predicted where are these guys going to be on the pitch, what are their positions going to be. But for now, we'll just go face by face and just kind of say my general thoughts. So just kind of going player by player, I'm just looking at it here. We've got Glasses over here who screams midfielder. I love his Willy-esque vibe. How he just feels like he's better than everyone, but because he plays for Raimon, this Raimon team, he probably is better than everyone, or at least better than the majority of people, which I kind of like. Is this a girl on my Raimon team? Oh my god, I'm going to go insane. Inazuma 11 is woke. No, but genuinely, it's really cool after all this time to see an actual girl on Raimon. I know that Sandra Fisher was on Raimon in Ares, but Ares doesn't count. This guy is obviously the goalkeeper. He looks cool, pretty maniacal, I guess. Not to throw any shade towards any particular French man, but at least, he's not like 2 feet tall and the shots just aren't going to go over him. I don't know why, but I'd put money on this guy being a defender. He's just kind of got that rusty kind of vibe. I don't think anyone's ever said that. They've got that Subaru Honda rusty kind of vibe. Then we've got the biggest emo in the world over here, and I really like this design as well. I saw someone say that this design reminds them of Ade Kebe, which kind of makes sense. I guess they've got similar like skin tones and that. But I really like the look of this guy. He looks cheerful, he looks happy. I hope he's good. I'd like to use him. Then there's this guy who reminds me of another anime character, but I really can't put my finger on who. There's a bit of Ichihoji vibe as well, which I like. Could easily see this guy being a striker. That just makes sense to me. I tweeted out that this guy just doesn't look sober, and I stand by that tweet. He looks like he's enjoying himself. I'm going to assume that this is also a girl. Probably, maybe, I don't know. But I really like their design. I love their hair. I love how different the different hair colors are. I think it's a really cool look. Kind of like a bit of a star lightning bolt theme here, which I guess suits the whole Raimon lightning bolt on the shirt. And then obviously we've got the two people we already know, Endu and Sugakage. This is really interesting. The next thing we get to take a look at is Chronicle mode. And right there in Chronicle mode, standing in the bus, is this guy. The guy that we did a whole video basically predicting who he was going to be the relative of. And well, it looks like he might just be the main character of Chronicle mode, which kind of makes sense, I guess. I was wondering how they were going to tie the two together. If you start Chronicle mode but haven't started the story yet, how do you explain Unmei being in Chronicle mode? So I guess it makes sense, and I'm going to assume he's Faerun's relative now, and that's why he's on what looks like the Inazuma bus. By Inazuma bus, I mean the time bus, the one in Chronostones. We get another brief look at the Chronicle mode competition route map, and I just find it really funny they decided to focus on Inazuma kids. And we also get a reminder of just how many players we're going to be able to scout in this game. Then it's a bunch of gameplay stuff that we already know, except for this one detail. And I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of this. So if we take a look at the formation screen, specifically this part of it, we can obviously see the players' stats and equipment, but it looks like players in Victory Road are only going to have 2 special moves. I guess this does make sense when you think of the button layout of the Switch and how the game has looked so far, but it's a bit of a shock. We don't know whether or not players are going to learn lots of special moves and you can only choose 2 to give them at any particular time, or how exactly it's going to work, but I do find this to be a really interesting change. They're obviously trying to put more value onto special moves and make it so that when you do use them, it's more of a moment, or at least you need to be more strategic with them. So this change does make sense to me. I can definitely see a lot of people losing their heads over it though. Then we also get our first look at the menu for Victory Road mode. This is obviously the game's online mode, and we see more hints towards the fact that there is rarity in the game with all the different colors on the different players. And also total power stuff, which I'd love someone else to try and wrap their head around. We also get to see this new Hisatsu again, and it officially has a name, which translates to Spring Thunder. It's a cool name. I don't think anyone predicted it in the video I did. Then we get to see some really cool art before it ends with another scene. So let's react to it. Okay, so the last time I watched this scene, I had absolutely no idea what they were saying, so I'm excited to actually see the English this time. Okay. Bloody hell. Okay, off to a start. Okay. I love that. I love that. It's like the perfect way of giving us the backstory of this character. I love it. So obviously he used to be super obsessed with soccer, and then something happened. I don't know what that's going to be. I think it is a really interesting potential to contrast with, again, Haru Endu's whole being privileged thing, as well as Unmei's whole can't play football in the slightest thing. I'm really interested to see how it all connects. There is one final detail I want to touch upon as well, by the way. The fact that the game is officially coming to PS5. I mean, that's just cool, isn't it? I mean, obviously it makes sense, but it's cool. I mean, it's also funny it's still going to come out on PS4, but the game is coming to PS5, and I'm curious to see what the graphics are going to be like for the PS5 one. Is it going to look significantly better? Who knows? I am now thinking I need to buy a PS5 copy of this game on top of all the other consoles now, though. Oh boy. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this analysis and breakdown of the brand new trailer we got. I'm going to try and cover Tokyo Game Show as extensively as I can from the comfort of England. So I'm going to try and react to all the shows, trailers, gameplay demos, and all that stuff that they put up. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.